Oh my gosh, the disrespect. The disrespect on my man David. He did not deserve that. All right, Cyberpunk's trailer. Amazing. Now, I've made plenty of videos talking about Cyberpunk, talking about, you know, the upcoming season 2 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners and all the different ideas we had for it because we were kind of just guessing what we thought was going to be next in the franchise, and we still don't know. I mean, we have hints, but we still don't know. And the trailer just kind of gave us more question marks. We don't know what to do with some of this information. At one point, there's a kid that pops up with some colored eyes, and I'm like, okay, who the frick is this person? We got people picking apart every square inch, every second of this trailer just to figure out what's going on. Like, most people have no idea what's going on. There's some ideas that, you know, this kid might be an edge runner. I know that Lucy went through a program as a kid, and there were other kids who also went through this program where they were trying to find the perfect compatible being to be an edge runner, and they were just raising these kids to be the perfect edge runners. I don't even think that program still exists by the time Lucy's an adult. I could be wrong on that, but there's some ideas that maybe that's it. Some people were saying that this is Lucy and David's son. I don't see that. I honestly don't see that being a thing. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The craziest thing is not actually the hints that are actually inside of the trailer. It's the message that was in it. See, when I was watching the trailer, I was thinking, okay, this is all some cool stuff. You know, this is all new information. Let's absorb this. Let's try to dissect it. And then boom, out of nowhere, David is dead. I mean, did you have to rub the salt in the wound? Like, I know he's dead, bro. The absolute disrespect for my man David. Now, I actually think there's probably a valid reason for this. Two actually valid reasons. One, I think that the reason this was said was because they're trying to give a time period for when season 2 is happening. So they could have gone before the events of Lucy and David, or they could have gone after. Basically, them explaining that this is after David's death. By the way, spoiler alert, David dies. He dies at the end of the series. Supposedly, we're going to go back into that again. This kind of gives a placeholder for, okay, this happens after the events of Lucy and David. Now we have an understanding, okay, we know when this takes place. It could be realistically any time after David's death, but I'm guessing it's like not that long after, like maybe like 10 to 15 years after, maybe 20 after his death. That's what I'm assuming. And the second reason I think they put this in there is because, man, the amount of videos you will see online still talking about David being alive. I have never seen so many theory videos, I think, about an anime in my life. You will see constant, you look up Cyberpunk Edgerunners stuff on YouTube. David is still alive. Why David is still in hiding. And it's like, what? He's dead. He is gone. He has been iced. He is gone. Not only is there countless lore to basically prove this, just because we didn't actually see his head blown into bits does not mean he did not die, okay? We basically get a blood splatter at the end with his face. We don't actually see him get shot by Atom Smasher. We don't see him get crushed or anything like that, because certain people got crushed. That's all we get. When people are left with that, when they actually don't see basically David ripped to shreds, they're assuming that that blood splatter, I guess, meant nothing, and this is a cover-up, and that David actually survived and lived on, even though to me that makes no sense, because Lucy then proceeds at the very end of the episode to go to the moon without David with her, and then literally sees basically a memory that she had with him back when they first met, when they went on the fake moon in VR chat, essentially. Basically, David locked down a VR chat girlfriend in real life. That is what basically happened. And so people are using that as, oh, you know, he's alive, he's alive. Dude, he's dead. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If somehow they bring this dude back to life, if somehow he is included in this still, because guess what? They could be saying David is dead and then, oh, surprise, David's actually here. I would be livid. The story was fine how it was. I have no problem with a main character dying, okay? I love it when stories do not have plot armor, okay? But here's the thing. Though I am pretty sure, like 100%, we will not be seeing David in the second season, I think there is a very good chance we might end up seeing Lucy. Not necessarily because maybe she could be connected to the plot of the second season. She's still alive. I feel like they're just wasting a chance to actually put her in front of the screen. There's always a chance that something like that could exist. And I'm open to all ideas. They might have disrespected my boy David a little bit, and it's probably not that big of a deal. I think it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like nothing really came up in words the entire trailer. It was just David is dead. Great stuff. I don't think there's a continuation with David and Lucy. I don't see that being a thing. I don't care how many videos frickin' upload to YouTube or frickin' Reddit and talking about all the hints that could possibly lead to another story and David survive. I don't want to hear it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, and I refuse to believe it. It is not denial. It is just accepting the truth. Okay, just let me know if you think there's a continuation with David and Lucy. I highly doubt any of you actually believe that. I think it's a very fringe group of people, but I'm glad that they could clarify that to us by saying David is dead. Now it's in writing. We don't need to hypothesize anymore. It's pretty set in stone. I think we know. Anyways, yeah. Who's going to be edging in this new series? I guess we'll see soon.